immigration should be more of a priority.
I will say, in Jose Antonio Vargas's case, he's just been detained at an airport in Texas because he doesn't have the proper documentation. Right? He's an undocumented immigrant. Crystal, you were sighing?
Well, yeah, because I think Kelly is wrong. We don't have an obligation to take care of people who broke the law to enter our country illegally, continue to stay here. And Mr. Vargas, you know, I don't think you bring him up in your story, Kelly. But what you're saying is that Vargas has a right to stay here because what he was brought here illegally by his parents. He was a child once too, just like all those children trying to flood our borders. So you're saying deport them, but he should stay. I think that's the wrong argument. I think you are right about one thing though. Democrats are on the losing end of this because I think what's going to happen is it's going to reframe the debate on immigration. I think Democrats and Republicans alike who might have been supportive of some kind of amnesty are now taking a step back. That's why you're seeing all these protesters at the borders. And to your point, Kelly, especially black Americans are saying, wait a minute, in cities like Chicago, Detroit, and you know other in Washington D.C., you have black kids getting slaughtered, and like Reverend Jesse Jackson said, and I don't often agree with him, why can't they take a couple of those billion and help the situation right here in our own backyards? So I think, if anything, this will reframe the debate. This will educate Americans about what immigration reform means, and I think more Americans will want immigration enforcement. Not carte blanche amnesty.
Here's why I completely disagree with the comparison, though, between Jose and these children. Jose has no cultural ties at this point to the country in which he was born. I mean, if you dropped him off there, what is he going to? That's not true.
Well,
they just got here.
Children. So they should have been deported, like Jose should have been deported when he first came over
but
here.
He wasn't.
So what are you saying?
But he wasn't. So what I'm saying is, Crystal, I mean, I don't know if you identify as African American. I do. But if you dropped me off in Africa, I couldn't speak the language. I wouldn't speak the language. I wouldn't have any cultural ties to the continent, even though it's the continent of my origin.
I don't have any ties to Africa.
Jose does not have cultural ties to the Philippines because he was. Why isn't it? He wasn't raised there.
Because I was born. My ancestors, I can trace them, were brought over here on slave ships. We helped build this country.
He was brought here not by choice.
Don't try to equate slavery to illegals.
He was brought here not by choice.
Do you think but my ancestors didn't say, let me jump on the boat, let me die from the journey.
Neither did mine,
let me get
but
whipped.
he didn't either.
Come on, Kelly, come on. It's not the same argument.
He has no cultural ties to the country in which he was born.
Don't equate slavery
these children
to
still have cultural ties
deliberately
to the country they're
laws
from.
To come here. That doesn't mean they should.
Carol, if you see a difference, feel free to let me know. But what I'm saying is, if you return me to a country of which I have no cultural ties because I wasn't raised there, I don't think that's fair. I wouldn't know how to survive there, and neither would he or any of the other dreamers.
But you're saying we should deport
here.
But you're saying, Kelly,
America.
But Kelly, you're saying we should deport the 50,000 kids that have come over since October.
Who still have cultural ties to that country because they just got here. I don't think it's complicated.
A 6-month-old has cultural ties to that country? Come on, Kelly.
Well, he's not going to remember. He's not.